Welcome to the Power Lunch Podcast, your midday dose of boldness, brilliance, and a little bit of badassery. I'm Amy Sousa, here with my powerhouse co-hosts, Tracie Munce and Lisa Carmichael, and we're coming in hot to shake things up. Each week, we dish out bite-sized, high-impact conversations on business, health, purpose, wealth, and the wild, beautiful chaos in between. Whether you're building your dream, rebooting your story, or just catching your breath, this is your space to get grounded, inspired, and reignited. This isn't just another podcast, it's your power move. Let's go.
Welcome back to the podcast, and today we're talking about how growth isn't always glamorous, that sometimes it's quiet, it can be messy. And on this episode of the Power Lunch Podcast, we're talking about the process of becoming. Not necessarily where we're heading to, but what it really takes to take the next step so that you can reach the next level. So for instance, at the last happy hour, we talked about what are you currently doing in your business that's moving the needle forward. And I think it got a lot of people thinking differently about becoming and evolving, that evolution of when you realize that staying the same is not moving the needle forward. So let's talk today a little bit more about why that's true. You know, what shifts have we made and what shifts can we do, to evolve, to change those habits and routines so that we can evolve.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
We're going to evolve one way or another.
We are.
Well, you're either growing or
you're stagnant, yeah.
Or you're dying. I mean, that's the bottom line.
Absolutely. I think the biggest thing for me in my business has been learning how to ask for help and communication.
Ooh.
So hiring an assistant, having somebody that is an expert in social media, that's not my role. I'm not great at social media. I'm great at the putting it into a Google Drive and having somebody with the expertise create the content and providing the content. So things like that have helped me tremendously in my business.
I love that because you're leaning into what you're good at.
But then learning from them because you're watching them create that and they're asking you for feedback.
Yeah.
So that's helped me.
Yeah.
a
They're
lot.
the experts.
Absolutely.
I think releasing control is such a beautiful thing.
It is.
And then I also think that in that becoming, it's really truly understanding what you need.
Yes.
And then releasing control, but then also learning how to be a leader within it, because nobody's going to do it like you do it. Nobody's going to have the type of commitment to your business that you have. No one has that vision, and the vision, it doesn't change, but the way to get there changes, and it changes sometimes in immediate, in the real moment. So I see a lot of business leaders will change or pivot the direction, but they'll forget to tell their people about it. Mm-hmm. And then their people are like, whoa, I thought we were going this direction, right? So it's being better at communicating and becoming the person, because first off, releasing control.
It's not easy.
It's not easy. No,
it's
not easy, because I can do this.
Absolutely.
That's why we become business owners.
Yeah.
I mean, I can do every position that my staff members do. I can do it well. Now,
but then you can't be present.
Well, the beauty is that I'm learning so much by watching them
absolutely
create in that space as well. Mm-hmm. It's the expansion.
Absolutely.
So laying the ego down.
So we're talking about the process of becoming and what it really takes to step into your next level. So getting help. What are a couple of other things that you can think of to take your business to the next level?
I always say step back and look at it from day one. Start at the beginning again. Maybe relook at some trainings that you may have missed. Start with somebody, I don't want to say young, but start with a young business all over again.
Right.
And
Fresh eyes.
grow from there.
Yeah.
Fresh eyes. I like that.
I think laying down the ego, man. It's so often we just, we just got to lay down the ego. We don't have to know it all. We don't need to know it all. When you were saying that, I think for me the biggest thing is understanding, and I was just talking to a friend about this today, understanding the difference between delegating and leveraging has been one of the key things. Is that in the beginning I would delegate, I need you to do this, right? So go and do this, blah. And then I would send them on their merry way. And then in the process of them doing this, whatever that was, air quotes, they weren't doing it fast enough. They weren't doing it in the way that I needed them to do it. They weren't getting the results that I needed, right? So when I leverage, I'm always thinking of what is the end result. When I'm leveraging something to someone, I need you to do this. This is the time frame that I need you to do it in. This is what the end result should look like. And then being able to check in, making sure if they have any questions, making sure that they're still on that timeline, right? So understanding the difference between delegating and leveraging. And actually, Amy, you were talking about it with, I put it on a Google spreadsheet, right? I'm working with a friend, and we're creating, we have virtual assistants that are working with us. And they are very much tell them what they need to do, and they'll do the tasks in front of them without anything on the fringe. Well, as business owners, we do everything. We do everything that we need to do, plus we do all the things on the fringe. We use our creativity to expand something. So when you're working with a virtual assistant or even an employee or someone that's, assisting you, remembering they don't work on the fringe. They work on, this is what needs to be done. This is how I need it done. And this is the result that I'm looking for.
And what you said about having that vision allows you to do that, because you will always look at that big picture. What's one thing, Tracie, that you used to do that no longer aligns with the woman that you're becoming? Changing some of the habits that you had and creating new habits that help you in
72 of them.
Really?
Oh my gosh.
Why?
I am so not the person I used to be. Like me as a young business owner versus me as an 18-year veteran in this industry, I'm unrecognizable from the person that I was in the beginning. And I think a lot of that comes down to understanding who I am and the skill sets that I bring to the table, and also understanding my worth has changed everything. Personal development has changed everything for me. The education that I've received in this last 6 years. But when it comes to habits and routines, I think the biggest thing is the way that I feed my body is really important as a business owner. The way that I take care of me before I even walk in the door. So a lot of times in my previous life, I would sleep the longest I could sleep. I would jump out of bed, jump in the shower, grab a cup of coffee afterwards while I was getting ready for work. I would get in the car, I would come to work, and I would go, right? And then I would go home and I would sit in front of the TV and I would veg out until it was time for bed, and I would try to get as much sleep as I could, although I was thinking about the business, and I would wake up the next day and do the same thing. That did not serve me in becoming the person that I am today. So it was when I really took time for myself in the morning to lock in to the rituals and habits that I do in the morning. A lot of that comes down to meditation, spending time within, doing journaling, still having my coffee, still showering and all of those great things. But then also while I'm driving to work, I use my windshield, as somebody once called it, windshield university. I don't listen to music in the morning other than when I'm doing my journaling and stuff. I spend that time or listening to something that's going to feed my brain. So when I walk into the pub, I am ready in a full capacity of who I am. And then at the end of the night, my rituals and routines are different as well. So I don't spend, I mean, I still watch TV. Who doesn't, right? And if you don't, please DM me and tell me how you're doing that. But I also, you mentioned on a previous podcast that you set an alarm at 8 p.m. to remind you, hey, it's unwind time now. Now we disconnect from everything and we start to go into preparation for restoration. I love that. Preparation for restoration.
I love it.
Right?
Yeah.
So once we do, and I do the same thing, I have an 8 p.m. It doesn't always mean that I shut off the TV or stop what I'm doing, but what it does is it tells my brain we're getting ready. We're getting ready to, and so then, I have my rituals at night. A lot of it is gratitude. A lot of it is looking back on the day and saying, where were my wins and where can I do better tomorrow? We call it constant and never-ending improvement in my life. And then making sure that the last thing I see on my eyeballs is a book, that I'm not looking at looking at technology before I fall asleep. So,
Amy also left that person behind. You've evolved into someone new.
I'm trying. It's a daily challenge, we'll say.
Yeah,
definitely.
Because you're already living a future version of yourself, and I know you're moving into the next version of you. So, how do you do that?
I think the biggest thing, the change that I've seen in my life over the last 6 months is protecting my time. Where we talk about calendar blocking all the time, but if it doesn't exist in my calendar, I'm not going to be there. So I have to put that white space in there. I will say, like, tomorrow afternoon, I blocked 3 hours on my calendar. I told my daughter I was going to take her golfing. And I told her I would do that when school ended. And I feel like we're already school shopping.
Oh,
So
I know.
the summer is more than half gone,
Right.
and I haven't really done too much with the kids because it's wake up, grind, repeat every single day. And I feel like I just don't stop, and I have to block that calendar for other things other than work and meetings.
So is the
Right.
answer blocking a vacation?
For me,
is that
I block the days out. So I went in the last week of August before the school year starts, and I'd like to travel. I don't know if we're going to go to a baseball game in Wisconsin or maybe drive to Chicago, but I will do something with my husband and the kids. And if I don't block the calendar, I will fill it up every day. Like I said, wake the day the next day.
So is it just grinding until you get that next white space?
That's what my life looks like right now. But, I'm in a different season of
You're right.
life.
You
I
are,
have
yeah.
a 13-year-old and a 17-year-old, both in traveling sports. So I'm kind of jealous that you set your alarm for 8 a.m. because we're starting our second softball game at 8 p.m.
Yeah.
You know?
However, there's nothing like pulling out your chair and sitting on a softball field.
So I struggle with the disconnect, and I find myself working on the softball field.
Ooh.
But what I do to combat that is I do the book. So if I'm doing the book for the softball game, I am now paying attention to the entire game. I'm not looking at the screen.
Yeah, you shut everything else off.
That will turn my mind off.
I love
But I
that.
have to multitask. That is just my nature.
It's funny. We have to trick us, don't we?
I do.
Into taking time for ourselves.
Yes, if I don't do that book, I'm not paying attention to that game. I am distracted and all over the place.
How about you, Liz? What are you doing? I mean, you have a lot on your plate. You have a lot of different things on your plate. You're not just doing one thing. How are you finding yourself moving into the becoming version of you?
I feel like this season of my life is the best season I've ever been in. I'm at my best health, best physically, strongest. And for me, it's so important to continue moving forward, knowing that I have this peace inside of me. Because if I don't take care of myself, nobody else is going to take care of me. Yes, I'm 60, but I also believe that this is midway for me. I am going to live until I'm 120. People are going to know me because of my age, and I'm not going to look 120, I'm going to look like I'm 60.
I love that.
I love
Yeah.
that
I
too.
hope that when we're
I'm with
120,
you.
we're looking back at this
I'm
podcast.
all about 120 life. All about it.
Yeah.
I've been saying that for years. It's so great to be around women that are feeling the same way, right? Like this is not 60 is the halfway point.
Yeah, I didn't know we had that in common until you said that. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm the one that's going to live to 120. So
Yeah.
I guess we're going to have a tribe of women.
100%.
Yeah.
I hope we're still doing brunch then.
Yeah.
And
Oh, for
happy
sure.
hours.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
But,
Definitely.
you know, in becoming that,
Yeah.
right? If that is truly our vision, and this, you know, obviously taking a sidetrack, but if that's truly our vision, we have to start doing that today. Because, you know, it's what are we doing right now? What have we been doing to really create that vision of, because look, you could live to be 120 and be a burden on your children's life or, you know, your grandchildren's life. That's not what 120 looks like for me.
No, 120 is still getting a blowout and putting my makeup on and headed out the door.
Getting my
Yes,
my
your
lashes done. Right?
Yeah, I'm not working out for the bikini body.
Oh, no.
I am working out for the longevity.
That's right.
Yeah.
The bikini's just a bonus, Lisa.
There you go.
That's right. And at that age, who cares if you're in a bikini? I mean, you're
Yeah.
you're upright.
You're
right?
upright.
Yeah.
You're upright. Yeah.
What are some of the habits that you're doing today?
Some of the habits, I love cold water dipping. I love immersing in cold water. I eat healthy. I fuel my body with healthy food. I take time for myself. I do fun things. I go paddle boarding. I make time for my kids. I love to travel. Life is about fun.
So we're going to put paddleboarding on
You
the
know,
calendar
One thing
and
that
go.
I find fascinating about what you just said was paddleboarding. It's
Yeah.
a new thing for you.
It is a little bit, yeah.
And you're 60.
And
You're still doing new things.
Yeah.
Isn't that part of it, though?
Yeah.
I mean, we look at these young kids. My grandson just was at the lake this weekend, and my daughter texted me, and she goes, oh, my gosh, there were so many new first-time things for Ben. But what happens is as we get older, we have less and less first-time things. So how do we create those first-time things? Because becoming the version of me in this vision that I have will require new things, will require new habits, new adventures, new walking through that fear of,
Right.
I've never done this before.
Right.
Amy, doing a podcast. I don't want to do a podcast,
Oh,
but it's
scary.
stretching you
Yeah.
to do those. So let's start with that. What's one new thing that you're putting on your list? I am going to do this.
Well, I said when we started this morning that I am going to paddleboard.
I love it.
I lost the weight. I'm ready to get out there. I want to try it.
Love it.
I also want to zip line. If we go on spring break next March and we're in Cancun, I don't know where we'll go on a cruise ship somewhere. I'm going to find somewhere to zip line.
I've done it. It's awesome.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
I've
love
been
it.
saying that for
Yeah.
years.
It's so much fun.
Sometimes I feel that at my age, I've done a lot of things and it's a check mark. Check. Zip lining, check.
Well,
Helicopter ride, check.
You ladies made me go into the lake in February.
We
And
did.
First
well,
of all,
actually, that was you that made us go into
that's
it.
true. I did start it, but that was scary. Oh my goodness. And then you guys went back in a second time and I thought, oh my goodness, what are these ladies doing? But I want to go back and do it again.
Yeah.
Now the sauna made all the difference. Again.
Yeah.
Now the sauna made all the difference. Going in the sauna
Oh, sure.
after the
Yeah.
ice dipping.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
God, we went in a lake in February in Minnesota.
Weird.
How about you, Tracy?
My new thing that I'm doing is I'm starting Spanish lessons next
Oh,
week.
good for you.
I've been saying that I've wanted to do it, and I'm finally doing it. Yeah. And this year I went to Iraq for the first time. I went to Vienna for the first time. Travel is a big deal for me. So finding those new places that I haven't been yet, I wanna do more of that. And yeah, that's my two new things so far.
To be honest, this whole nonprofit thing with Glass Ceiling Foundation has been scary and a great learning experience. And I'm so glad we dove into it. And I'm so honored to be working with ladies like you. We've learned, and it really is that fear of, trying something new
Absolutely.
and
Yeah.
letting go of the outcome.
I think it's what keeps us young, though, right? And again, in our becoming, there has to be new things.
Yeah.
We have to, we can't do the up level staying the way we are.
Right.
And that's
Right.
not saying that who I am today I don't like, or sadly, what does happen is we get really super comfortable
Absolutely.
in who we are in this moment, that, you know what, I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
The up level will take a little bit of a stretch.
Yeah.
Sometimes a lot of a stretch.
And it's just, it's all about momentum.
Right.
Once you figure something out, the more you do it, the easier it gets, and you build momentum, and then you start moving forward with it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then the next thing comes.
that's right.
Yeah.
Tribe is super important. And when I heard you saying that, though, there's something about momentum that I'm noticing in real time right now, is the more I'm surrounded around women that are also in momentum, it keeps me in momentum, right? There's no way that I can stay who I am or what I'm doing today when I'm watching all of you just continuing to move forward. Yeah. So I thank you. I thank you for being such beautiful examples for me, and also mirrors, but really examples of that. Even through the scary stuff, even through walking through the new stuff, that I have a tribe of amazing women supporting me. So
Love it. How much time do we have? 1 minute. Oh, I have a great conversation for the next episode. So,
Yay. Oh my gosh, I'm
I
excited.
can't wait. Yeah.
More of this, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Again, another conversation that we could continue to have.
Let's go.
Thank you so much for joining us for today's episode. If something we shared sparked a new idea, gave you a fresh perspective, or simply made you feel seen, we'd love for you to pass it on. Share this episode with a friend, a colleague, or a fellow powerhouse woman who's walking her own journey. And if you haven't yet, don't forget to subscribe so you'll never miss an episode. Until next time, keep showing up, keep rising, and remember, there's no ceiling you can't break through.